Hello everybody, this is Jason with Breaking Waves Productions, here to bring you an unboxing and initial review of the Mighty Dwarf Blue II. Alright, so here we have the Mighty Dwarf Blue II packaging. I'd like to thank Dave from Lava Imports for sending this out to us for review. We really appreciate it. Without further ado, let's just get going. Now, the Blue II has gone under a complete redesign compared to the other Mighty Dwarf, the very first one. As you can see, it is now a more orb-like shape as opposed to the cylinder shape. And it's still relatively about the same size. I mean, it's, fits in your hand, a little bit wider, not about the same size or same weight. It's really not any heavier. Now, the biggest difference here is this thing now has Bluetooth capabilities. So if you have any device that has Bluetooth capabilities, you would be able to pair the two together and of course play your music wirelessly. But if you do have an MP3 player, you still don't lose that functionality. There is still an auxiliary port right here in the middle for you to hook a wire to. We have the USB here for charging, on and off switch. And in the front, we no longer have the rocker buttons like in the original. Now we just have a little touch sensitive buttons for your play, your pause, going to the next track or previous track, and of course the volume for the internal speaker itself. Now, one of the things that is very different is if you look here right in the middle, that is what seems to be a tweeter. And my guess is that all the bass is going to be shot through here onto the vibrating surface, and all the mids and highs will be played through the tweeter. And if that is the case, we should see a very significant improvement in terms of the full quality of sound. Now, one little thing that definitely has my interest is this little hole right here is actually a microphone. So this thing can actually operate as kind of like a speakerphone. So you get the speaking sound as well as your phone calls. That's something I'm definitely very interested in testing. Last but not least are the cables. So let me put this aside here. So here we have just a regular stereo cable. And I'm gonna, just from looking at it right now, the old cable, this part was rather thick because I wanted to play the sample from my iPhone, but it was unable to fit into the jack because this cutout wasn't big enough, even though this is actually quite big. And I'm guessing they might have fixed it because it fits perfectly now. So that's excellent. Shouldn't have any big problems with your iPhones being in a case, assuming you want to play from the stereo cable. And then lastly, we have just your charging cable, USB mini, as well as the USB. Alright, I think that's pretty much it. Without further ado, let's get to seeing how this sounds. Alright, so here we go. We're going to test, we're going to see if there's any juice left in this thing, and we will test the Bluetooth first. Guessing now it's searching. There we go. There we have it. Now we are connected. So in theory, I should just be able to start playing some music. Let's see. Let's play the same song before, just for consistency.
What a thrill, with darkness and silence through the night. What a else crime, it's the way I'd like to.
Initial impressions right off the bat. this is definitely a very, very good upgrade to the Mighty Dwarf 5-watt. Now, originally, you know, this one you just had a vibrating surface, and like I said, you have a tweeter now on this one, as well as the same mount, vibration mount on the bottom. Now, because of that, like I said, all the bass is being shot through here, and all the highs and mids are being shot through up here. So now you have the full range of sound, which was definitely very noticeable. In terms of the Bluetooth capability, it was fine. It paired up to my iPhone without a problem. I was able to control the volume of the internal volume of the speaker through these buttons up here. I was able to change the song from the iPhone through here, as well as pause and play. That was not a big deal. Also try the auxiliary jack, worked just fine. Now the only difference is this one has Bluetooth and the old one had an SD card in it. So is that going to be a make or break deal in terms of should I go with this one or should I go with the old one? I would say it's probably not. No, I'm going to say definitely not. It's not a big deal. Now here's why. Pretty much everybody these days has an iPhone or a Samsung Galaxy, both of which are smartphones, and they have Bluetooth capabilities, and just about, you know, most people will put some songs on them, or, you know, videos or anything like that. Anything that produces audio, they're probably going to put on this phone nowadays. Or if you have an iPad or a tablet, most of those have Bluetooth today as well. So I don't think you're going to have a big problem in terms of not having a source of music with you. I'm pretty sure you will have those with you at all times. Now, if you do have an MP3 player, let's say you run around with, you know, okay, I'm going to say either the Sony MP3 player I have, or, you know, you have an iPod, what have you. Yes, you're going to have to bring the cable along with you, but, you know, at least you'll still be able to play through it. Now, would I like to see it have an SD card? Yes, that would be awesome. Then you cover all three bases. You got your Bluetooth devices, you got an SD so that it always has music on it no matter what, and of course the auxiliary, but I really don't think it's going to be that big of a deal breaker because generally everyone's going to be carrying their phone with you. I don't really know anybody, unless you're going on some camping trip, where you're just like, okay, I'm not going to bring my phone with me. Okay? So, not a big deal, I would say. Other than that, please subscribe to our channel. We are definitely going to do a full suite test on this. It's no longer just sound anymore. Now we got Bluetooth distance to test. We got the microphone to test to see, you know, just how well it works as a speakerphone. I mean, those things we're all gonna be working on it here in the next week. So please subscribe to our channel, keep updated so that you'll know when we release the video. And again, thanks to Dave of Lava Imports for sending this out. We are very excited just from the initial impression of this amazing little device. Other than that, we'll see you soon.